Alright, probably would have been okay, but there's a reason why GM had those steel runners installed in the first place. Like I said, this is my first one. Okay, so there's that. I'm not going to bore you with the other side because you can't see it anyway. Be back in a minute. Alright, I threw the rocker covers on just to close up the top of the engine. Pretty happy with that. I double checked the sealing surfaces right down in here and in this corner right there, and I got that aviation gasket maker in everywhere. There, you can see how squished out it is there. Yep, whatever spills over into the engine compartment will be washed away by the oil. Whatever doesn't get touched by oil maintains a very strong sealing surface, and I've used this stuff on all of the engines that I have finished. I'm kind of tired. This wraps up this section of the video. I want to say thanks to the guys that posted videos teaching me how to do a couple of things in here that I didn't know how to do. Fucking train. All right, guys, hope everybody has a great weekend. Be safe. Thanks for watching my video. Later. Found something more that I could do. I really like what Permatex has done with their Loctite tubes. This is kind of like a chapstick tube, and you just twist your little knob at the back, and a little bit of Loctite comes out of the front end of the bolt. Sorry, the front end of the dispenser. And it's kind of like a creamy paste. And you don't get to put a drop on the end of the bolt and have it fall on the ground straight away. Okay, there's that one. So I'm using Loctite and lock washers. I don't want to take this engine out again. Hopefully if things stay the way they are, I'll have this car till I'm unable to drive. And that's not a bad thing. Be right back. All right, so my neighbor across the street has a cabinet and countertop business. And what we can see here is a nice Proto 6016 click torque wrench. Somebody on the freeway told him that his roll-up door on the back of his box van was open. So he pulled over to check it out, and this torque wrench was laying on the deck outside. So that's 30 pounds, foot-pounds of torque. We'll go to 45. So he brought this thing over to me yesterday. There's 45. Very kind of him to do so. Nice. Somebody from Washington Department of Transportation's not taking care of our tools the way they should be. Because that's what this was issued, who this was issued to. WSDOT, Washington State Department of Transportation. So I will happily use my tax dollars, tools that my tax dollars pay for. And anybody else who may see this video that lives in Washington State, thanks for contributing to my tool hoard. Anyway, that sums up passenger side. Gonna do the driver's side next. Ain't gonna bore you with that. You already seen this. So be back. Today's Tuesday. I already forgot. Doggone it. 24 May. Time and temperature check. 13:20 hours. 65 degrees Fahrenheit. We have a pretty overcast day. Gave the engine compartment another once over with Dawn dishwashing detergent and a pressure washer. I have gone just about as far as I can with cleaning and installing parts. Excuse me, on my new GM, well, fresh rebuild GM 350 or 5.7 throttle body injected V8. I purchased new fittings for the oil cooler lines. I installed the oil cooler adapter using Loctite and the correct gaskets that were supposed to be in there. When this thing was removed, there weren't any gaskets, and the threaded portion, I'm trying to think of how to say this, the threaded portion, here, let's get an oil filter. I have several for the old Tahoe. Watched a video once, well, I've seen bunches of them, but I saw a video, some guy cut a bunch of oil filters open, and looks like Wix is the best. Kind of thought it had a lame name, but turns out they have a lot of filtering element in there. Okay, so the hole in the middle is threaded, of course, and there's a male fitting that's threaded that the filter threads onto, and that was loose. Not surprising, you know. I bought the Tahoe with 113,000 miles, and it now has 316,914 or 17,100, I should say. 316,914 miles on it. So, brand new water pump. It is an AC Delco water pump. Fresh gaskets, sealed, lock washers under the bolts. This engine was, well, the other engine was pretty dirty because the main seal, which is behind the harmonic balance, was leaking. So, you know, over 200,000+ miles, everything got oily and road grime on it. The spark plugs are hand tight. They're not in there torqued to 8 pounds. They are the ones that I bought just before the engine was taken out of the car. So they have very low miles on it. You can see in here behind the flex plate that I installed the rear main seal and sealed everything up with the gasket sealer, and I used Loctite on all the bolts. And then when I set the flex plate, I even used blue Loctite, cleaned the threads in the end of the crank and cleaned the bolts, and they're torqued 2 steps, 30 foot-pounds first and then 60 at the second. So tomorrow is the big day. I have my chain fall hoist here. Silverado is ready to receive the engine. My next door neighbor has a car trailer. The guy in the backyard has a car trailer, real nice one. He's going to loan me. It's going to save me some money. Appreciate that, Mike. And it has a winch, so we don't have to work too hard to get things backed up onto, you know, this car back up onto the trailer. So anyway, I'm going to cut this video here and pick it back up on the 25th when we go to break her in.